Hiya. This week's faith moment is called Fisherman's Friend. I'm just looking forward to going on holiday, so I'm doing this early, but you'll get it next week. Fisherman's Friend. When I go to Apley Bridge, Tom, our chorister, has always got a fisherman's friend if I need one just before the service. Now, fisherman's friends, Anthea has aniseed ones, and I have found that they are absolutely incredible if I get heartburn. Sometimes when I'm driving I suddenly get an absolute stab there and I'm in trouble, but an aniseed fisherman's friend, just one, sorts me out. Absolutely amazing what some of these things will do. Now, they've got a picture of a fishing boat, an old fishing boat, an old trawler on those Fisherman Friends packets. And I used to love going along to the docks with my father and looking at these boats and looking at them being unloaded and just generally watching the fish being dealt with and sold. I think I've done it with my children as well, gone to different places. But it always amazes me that Jesus chose the majority of his disciples from fishermen. Something special about these people, something hardy, something committed, something obsessed with fishing that he could use to become fishers of men. What did he say in Matthew? As Jesus was walking along by the Sea of Galilee, he noticed two brothers, Simon, who was called Peter, and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishermen. Now, there's something practical about fish. I can remember years ago you could see fish on the backs of cars. They would have a sign, the fish, and you know it'd be a Christian. I can remember when we needed our bathroom doing out, nearly 20 years ago, and we had an ensuite built. We knew of a plumber, but we didn't know of somebody who could do the rest of the work. And Anthea spotted this van with a fish on it. And there we are. We rang him up and we found somebody who did a really good job. I can remember we came across a plasterer who equally did a really good job for us at one point. But these days you don't get that, do you? I don't see fish anymore on the backs of cars. Very rare. Now, our bathroom needed sorting out before the pandemic, and now it's got really bad to the point where we've had to do something about it. And I said, Lord, who do we deal with? You can't see these fish anymore. And it's strange, but a little while ago I kept seeing these vans of a bathroom company that used to fill up for petrol where I got my petrol most of the time. And I thought, well, they sell the stuff, but they don't fit it. And then we thought, well, we're going to have to do something. So we opted for somebody. And funnily enough, they produced a catalogue which happened to be that very firm that I'd seen the vans of. So it seemed to click for me. So I'll tell you in a couple of weeks how it's turned out. But I love the story of fishermen in the Bible. And I can remember years ago I did a sermon, and I produced a little fish for everyone in the congregation. Chopped these little ones up, and they were called John Dories. Fish with an imprint, like a thumbprint in the middle of them. The John Dory. Something that the French apparently love. I don't think I've ever eaten one myself, but it refers to this, I think, from John. After these things, Jesus showed himself again to the disciples by the Sea of Tiberias, and he showed himself in this way. Gathered there together were Peter, Thomas, Nathanael, the sons of Zebedee, and 2 others of his disciples. Peter said to them, "I'm going fishing." They said to him, "We'll go with you." And they went out, got into the boat, but that night they caught nothing. You see, after Jesus' death, they'd gone back to their roots. They'd gone back to what they knew, fishing. Just after daybreak, Jesus stood on the beach, but the disciples did not know that it was Jesus. And Jesus said to them, "Children, you have no fish, have you?" Children. You idiots. You, not idiots, that's wrong, isn't it? You people who, I don't know, you've gone back to birth somehow or other. You've gone back to your birth, to your roots. Children, you have no fish, have you? They answered him, "No." He said to them, "Cast the net to the right side of the boat, and you will find some." So they cast it, and now they were not able to haul it in because there were so many fish. That disciple whom Jesus loved said to Peter, "It's the Lord." When Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he put on some clothes, for he was naked, and jumped into the lake. But the other disciples came in the boat, dragging the net full of fish, for they were not far from the land, only about 100 yards off. And when they'd gone ashore, they saw a charcoal fire there with fish on it, and bread. And Jesus said to them, "Bring some of the fish that you have just caught." So Simon Peter went aboard and hauled the net ashore, full of large fish, 153 of them. And though there were so many, the net was not torn. Jesus said to them, "Come and have breakfast." Isn't it amazing? Not only was there no fish, and then there was fish, but each of them were large fish. It's like having jumbo haddock and chips. So God bless.